Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be all of the footage of us telling our family that I am pregnant. It's super cool to have all these like little video clips and all this footage because it's fun to like look back on it and see like our families and our friends' reactions. And also I think it'll be really cool to like show our baby someday when they're old enough to watch this. Don't mind my giant man voice I have right now. I'm just getting over a crazy cold, so I feel like I'm dying. I am so excited to upload this for you guys to see. Before we get into it, I'll probably talk a little bit about how I told each person, like give you a little backstory. Also, there's a couple people that I wish I had been able to get footage of, just given the circumstances I wasn't able to. So I'll probably just kind of give you like a story time on those people, on how I told them and how they reacted and everything, because they are still super important. I just unfortunately didn't get video footage of it. So let's just jump in. Super casual vlog style video today, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. The first person whose reaction I caught on video was my dad. I told my dad just slightly before 12 weeks, just before Christmas. I think it was around December, maybe 15th. So I'd known for about a month before I told him. And I kind of still wanted to wait a little bit longer because I was kind of going for the whole 12 weeks until I was out of my first trimester, and when the chance of miscarriage or something like that happening goes down. However, my mom was one of the people who I unfortunately didn't get caught on video. She was having a really hard time keeping the secret from my dad. So she kind of had asked me to move the announcement to him up a little bit, so I ended up telling him. And just for a little back reference, so like me, my dad is a musician. He was a lot more into it when I was a kid, but he still kind of dabbles and like writes and records demos and stuff. Brent, my fiance, as well as playing music for a living, he also does mixing and recording. And so anytime my dad has any kind of projects going on, he will ask my fiance to work on them. My dad was working on a song. It was actually a Christmas related song, which is super appropriate because I ended up telling everybody around Christmas because that's when I was about 12 weeks anyway. And so at the end of the mix, I had recorded a little voice clip on my phone that just says, basically, congrats, you're gonna be a grandpa. I was super nervous to tell my dad, probably just because he was like one of the first people that were about to find out. And also, I mean, I've spent my whole like teenage to young adult life trying not to tell my parents that I'm pregnant, which now I have to do. And so my heart was like racing. I was pacing. My palms were so sweaty. Honestly, I thought he'd have a little bit bigger of a reaction than what he did. He's really like obsessed with babies. So I was kind of shocked when he was just like, oh, wow, that's nice. You will see in the video that he kind of just like, oh, wow, congrats, like, that's cool. Moving on, back to the music. Looking back, I think like it was a big part of the shock factor. He wasn't expecting that at all. And like Brent and I weren't trying, and no one thought we were gonna have a baby anytime soon, if ever. So I think he was a little bit shocked by that. I will say that he's like crazy over the moon. He's so happy. As I said, he is baby obsessed.
Merry Christmas, Dad.
I like the sniffle at the end.
We love you so much, and we hope you like your Christmas present, but it might be a little bit late getting there. In fact, it won't be here till July 2020, so I'll spare you the long wait. Surprise, Granddad, we're having a baby.
Well, congratulations. Aww.
Because I'm grandma.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess so.
Because I'm such a good granddad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deserve a baby. I deserve a whole friggin' collection of them.
Well, you need someone to start your band with.
Since you're not.
Yeah, I know.
How about just one, not a collection?
Yeah. No.
At least two. They're gonna be lonely if they don't have each other.
We'll see.
Okay, intro.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, you don't care about me.
Look who's decided to join me. No. I'm like talking about the like all the footage I filmed of us telling our family.
You filmed footage of that?
Oh yes. So the next person I got footage of telling was Brent's mom, Denise. We actually told her on Christmas Day. We gave her a little gift. It was a mug, had like a little inscription on it. She was super surprised and really happy, and she cried. And I like when people cry. Because I'm evil.
You're psycho. Yeah, it was in Mario Bros. 11 on it, but then you click on it and it's Super Bros. Kung Fu Mari, and it's literally Mario with a big ass head. He's walking, and like this is the intro screen. He's walking, and Chun-Li's behind him, crying like this. No way. Are you kidding? Oh my god. Oh jeez. I'm not crying. Oh my god. Aces, what's going on here? Oh wow.
Told you she'd be happy.
What's going on? Why would I not be happy? Oh jeez. So now you're so old. Now I'm so old. Aces, what's going on? Oh boy.
Surprise! From Brent's family, we also told his aunt and uncle, Uncle Robert and Auntie Kim. We're pretty close to them. Brent's actually their daughter's godfather. Shortly after Christmas, we had like a Christmas get-together with them at Brent's mom's house. We got together to exchange gifts. Our gift to them was taking them out for an evening, and we just kind of wrote it in a Christmas card, and inside of the Christmas card was an envelope, and inside the envelope was a picture of the ultrasound, and I just wrote on the top, Baby Forte coming summer 2020, and yeah.
The card first?
We just got you sent.
You were supposed to open the big gift first.
Now we're gonna open for
What? Are you kidding? Oh, I'm gonna cry. She's pregnant. Oh. Oh. I'm so happy for you guys. Oh,
So before I actually told any of our family members other than my mom and dad, I told my best friend Megan. She lives in Thunder Bay, which is 12 hours away from me, so I don't get to see her a whole lot. She came home just before Christmas for the holidays, so her and I went out for breakfast and to exchange gifts. I ended up giving her just like a bunch of like little random things first to kind of throw her off, and I told her like open the big one last. And it was just like a bottle of wine, and I attached a little note on it. One of our favorite things to do together is just like gossip and drink red wine together. I super loved her reaction. It was really emotional and sweet. So yeah, it was super cute.
Oh, yeah, I like that. And I like the little tubey thing. It's cute. These are bath salts, and Kyle has an awesome bathtub that he just fixed. So excited. Oh, that smells like candy.
I know, right?
Holy shit. Okay, so now I'm allowed to open the big one? Okay. It's really heavy. Drink up for me. I'll join you soon.
Don't scream, we're in public.
I don't know, like, I would just be happy. Like, he can afford and then
I have been holding this ever so long.
let's just buy that. And like walking down the road,
Oh my god.
yeah.
So okay, like explain.
While I'm knocked out.
Well, I'm knocked up. Okay.
Yeah.
So my sister, she was probably the hardest one for me personally to keep this from for so long because my sister's literally like my best friend and I just kind of want to tell her,
Oh.
sorry baby. She lives really far away. So she lives in Nova Scotia and I'm in Ontario. So we never get to see each other like ever. She pretty much only comes home once a year at Christmas time. I kind of wanted to have like a creative way to tell her and just like surprise her. In the Christmas card that she sent us, she had said to us save some champagne for her because her and I were supposed to go wedding dress shopping for me when she got home. And so I thought it would be fun to give her a bottle of champagne with kind of like a note attached to it similar to what I did for Megan. Honestly, I wasn't really sure how she would react. I feel like she could either be really happy or really like freaked out. It could have gone either way. It turns out she was really freaked out. Just after the video stopped recording, she actually has a bit of an anxiety attack and ends up crying for like a half hour. And I actually kind of thought she was mad at me for not telling her, but it turns out she was just like really, really shocked. Once the initial shock kind of wore off, she was super excited and she actually has started buying so much stuff for the baby, like way more than we have. So, yeah.
What have we bought for the baby?
A pregnancy test.
Yeah.
Can't believe we're recording this. It must be important. Booze!
You fucking serious?
Yeah.
And we all knew for weeks and weeks and
You're
weeks.
actually so good at keeping secrets. Too bad I'm cleansing. Are you gonna like wait for me to cry or something?
Yeah.
Auntie M, Auntie M.
She's not crying.
You're crying on the inside, we can tell.
The final person that I was able to get footage of telling was one of my closest friends, Greg. So Greg also lives in Nova Scotia. We don't get to chat a whole lot either just because he's super busy and like I guess I'm kind of busy too, but he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer, so he's got like a bunch of stuff going on all the time. So it's hard for us to like talk often. However, I've always kind of stayed in touch with him, always told him the big moments. So like when I got engaged, he was one of the first people I told. He's kind of somebody that I always go to for advice. So naturally I figured I would keep him in on this secret. So we had talked about having Greg actually officiate our wedding. So I called him on
Why do you
FaceTime.
sound like this?
Because I have a cold.
So listen, dollface.
Listen here, dollface.
Listen here, dollface. So I called up Greg. Greg was like, "Hey, what's up, sugar?"
So annoying. Good thing I love you so much. Give me a kiss on my cheek. Now go away. Alright, this is now 17 minutes longer than it needs to be. Greg was actually the last person we told before we ended up announcing it. I just FaceTimed him to make it seem like I wanted to talk about the officiating of the wedding. And yeah, so here it is. Hey, bud.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Why did you get knee surgery?
It was a long time coming, just to get it cleaned up a little bit. It's been pretty sore since last summer.
Ooh.
So my friend Megan, who I dated in grade 10, she's married to one of my good buddies now. She did the surgery today in Bridgewater. She snuck me in a couple weeks ago.
Aw, that's so nice.
I know, it's great. She was awesome.
Well, I'm glad you got it looked after.
Me too. Except I have to fucking move on Saturday. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting.
What's going on? You're looking rad.
Oh, thanks, bud.
You're looking
Oh,
like a
I wanted to like keep you in the loop and stuff about like the wedding and everything.
Yes.
Anyway, but
You don't have to worry about it for a while because we actually decided to postpone the wedding.
Oh, really? Till when?
Well, we were gonna get married September 2019, or sorry,
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
Now we're not getting married for a year later, till 2021,
Okay.
because
That's inside of you right now?
yes, no, I took it off
Oh my
the
God,
internet.
dude.
What?
That's so cool.
I know, it's crazy.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I had a meltdown at first.
This?
I've been keeping this a secret for a really long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like a human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's terrifying.
Cute already. Congratulations. My head is like spinning right now, probably because I'm still under anesthetic a little bit.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's amazing. You're gonna be the best fucking mom on the face of the earth.
Thanks,
I
buddy.
feel that. I feel that from the bottom of my heart.
Aww.
I feel it in my bones and in my surgically repaired knee.
Oh my god.
As I said in the beginning of the video, that there were a couple people that I really wish I had gotten footage of me telling, but unfortunately it just didn't happen. The first person was my mom. Obviously, I would have loved to have footage of me telling my mom. However, when I told my mom, it was actually the day that I found out. At the time, just kind of going through a lot of anxiety, I just really needed somebody to talk to. And I really actually kind of feel bad that that's how she found out. Don't get me wrong, my mom is like my biggest supporter, and like anytime anything is ever wrong in my life, I will always go to her probably first. But I just feel bad because she didn't really get like a chance to celebrate. She wasn't told in like a super happy way, kind of like my dad was, or my sister was, or my friends were. What I needed at that time was for somebody to be on the inside and for somebody to help me through it, and she was that person for me. So I think having her support and just having that kind of reaction was exactly what I needed. I think she was happy as well as shocked. I also think she was maybe more worried about me than anything, because this pregnancy kind of came at a time where, as I said, my mental health wasn't in the greatest place. And given the circumstances, she was very understanding and patient, and that she would be there for us no matter what. As sad as I am that she didn't get like a fun announcement and like a "you're gonna be a grandma," like woo. On the upside, she was the first person to know like at all, and I think that's kind of special, and it is really is like a testament as to how close I am with my mom. The fact that she knew before everybody else, even before it was like a celebrated thing. So yeah. My brother was another person who I wasn't able to get footage of telling. My brother lives in Edmonton, and he's also 10 years older than me. So through our lives, we've kind of gone up and down through like being close and not being close. And I really wasn't sure how he was going to react, to be honest with you. I was almost afraid to tell him. I was kind of dreading it because I thought it would be, oh, what are you going to do? You don't have enough money to do this. And just like ask me all the doubting questions that I was already asking myself. And I just felt like I didn't really need that. However, that didn't happen. He actually was super supportive and like said he was really happy for me. So I actually tried to call him several times, but because of the time difference and because of his work schedule, we weren't able to connect over the phone. So I ended up just texting him, unfortunately, which was really impersonal. But yeah, that was telling my brother. And the last people that I am so heartbroken that I didn't get were my grandmothers. Besides my brother, they were the last to know out of all my family members. And I had tried to get this one on film, but unfortunately, the person I handed the phone to film it isn't so tech savvy, and my mom accidentally hit the off button while it was recording just as I was about to tell them that I was pregnant. So I'll just kind of walk you through it and tell you how it went down. So I mentioned that my sister and I were going to a bridal shop for me to try on wedding dresses because I was supposed to get married in September. And so I thought it would be really lovely to include my Nana and my grandma. And I thought they would think it was really special. But the real reason was to tell them that I'm pregnant. So we went to this bridal shop and I'm trying on dresses. At the time I think I was 13 weeks, maybe 14 weeks. And you couldn't quite tell when I was like wearing a t-shirt that I was pregnant. So there was this dress that I had tried on and it was a little more fitted and I looked a little bloated in it, and they kind of were both like, I don't think that's the right dress. And I was like, well, I guess this is probably a good time to tell you that it doesn't really matter. The wedding was actually going to be postponed because Brent and I are having a baby, and that is why I looked so bloated in this like tight fitted dress. And yeah, they were both super sweet and they're like, oh wow, that's incredible, congratulations. I honestly expected a huge reaction from them because of an incident that happened a couple years ago. First of all, my one grandmother, my dad's mom, like her son, is baby obsessed. She had 9 kids. She has, I think it's like 20 grandchildren or something like that. And she looked after all of us. And she gets so crazy when she's around babies. She just takes over. So I thought her reaction was going to be really big for that. But also, a couple years ago, I gave my mom Grey Cup tickets for her birthday. This is a gift that she had always wanted. The Grey Cup always landed on her birthday and she'd always wanted to go. And so I wrapped it in a fun way and like put it in a big box, medium box, small box, and a smaller box. And just wrote like, you're going to the Grey Cup, and had the tickets inside. When she opened it, she screamed and started crying because this is how much these Grey Cup tickets meant to her. And I guess my grandmothers who were there, I guess they thought, because of my mom's huge emotional reaction, I was announcing that I was pregnant. And they both started screaming and crying and like doing, oh my gosh, she's pregnant. And I had to be like, no. That's not what's happening here. So based on that reaction before, I kind of thought their reaction would have been bigger, but it was very like mellow and chill, and they were just very like happy and congratulatory. And yeah, we ended up continuing on and having like a nice mellow evening of trying on dresses. I really do wish that the filming didn't get messed up because I feel like having that reaction would have been really special. But what can you do? Technical difficulty. Thanks, Mom.
So it's 2 days later, and upon editing everything you just saw, I realized that I forgot to include 2 very important people that we told, and yeah, that was really dumb of me. But pregnancy brain. So Brent's dad Kevin and his partner Jenny were actually, I think, the first people to find out other than my mom, maybe my dad, I'm honestly not sure. So we found out beginning of November, it was the 13th of November, and Kevin celebrates a birthday on December 3rd. So, and I had actually wanted to keep it a secret pretty much from everybody until after the 12 weeks. Brent was really adamant that he wanted to tell his dad on his birthday, so he somehow convinced me to do that, and honestly I'm really glad because their reaction was so great. We ended up getting Kevin a mug that said just grandpa on it. I wish I had gotten footage of his reaction because it was super funny. When he opened it, he saw the grandpa and he thought it was a joke, basically making fun of him that he was another year older, and he kind of chuckled about it. And then when he realized, you could see the moment on his face when he realized that it wasn't a joke, that like he was actually going to be a grandpa. It was priceless. They went from like, oh, ho, 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 to like, what? It was super funny. And it was really special because Brent's siblings were also there, so they got to find out as well. And yeah, it was actually really, really cute. So we definitely won birthday present of the year. Okay, so that's kind of it. That kind of wraps it up for like everyone we told, other than like Brent's friends, who he just kind of told like as he went because he can't keep a secret. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed putting it together. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment, like, thumbs up. Like and thumbs up is the same thing. Oops. And turn on post notifications so you get to see when I upload videos. Alright guys, bye. I sound so manly. I wish I was like dainty like you. Look how cute and precious you use. Oh.